I'm going to do something, and I feel confident I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to connect what's going on in the National Football League to what's going on in Minnesota with Somalians and child daycare and all this corruption we're seeing. Um, sounds crazy, doesn't it? But yes, I'm going to connect it all on today's show. It'll just be me and you. Hopefully, I've got 45 minutes, maybe an hour of content. I don't want to keep you too long. We started a little bit later so that I could prepare this a little bit better and we could get all the graphics and everything we needed to unpack this. But this will be an amazing show. I feel confident with that, and that's why I feel confident telling those of you listening over Apple to make sure you hit that 5-star rating. It's important. This helps us fight the algorithm. Those of you watching on YouTube and just those of you that can hear my voice, we're still in the holiday season. We're still in the Christmas season. And you need to make sure you've gotten your Lord and Savior a Christmas gift. And I'm telling you, go to preborn.com/fearless right now. That's preborn.com/fearless. You guys know what Preborn does. It supports expectant mothers who are considering abortion, provides them an ultrasound, helps them make a wise choice and come to the realization that life begins at conception. They do that because we donate to Preborn and they can afford the $28 it costs per ultrasound. Two ways to give: preborn.com/fearless or dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby. Let's get to today's show. Uh, so there's some background I got to walk you through so that you can fully understand the connection that I'm going to make. That, this I'm about to connect this NFL slogan that we've seen everywhere, inspire change, to how it really inspires chaos and corruption. But I got to give you some background and walk you through some things first. And so let me just start here. We're in a time right now where there are two competing ideas for our mind. There is the Trump movement and Make America Great Again, competing against Barack Obama and his movement, Hope and Change. That's the dichotomy we have going on in America. There are people that want to make America great again, that are longing for the past. Oh, I remember when this country was more biblically worldview sound. I remember when this country was more Christian. Let's make America like that again. Let's lean into our historical, traditional values. Let's make America great again. And then there's the competing side of Barack Obama and Hope and Change, or change we can believe in. And change versus tradition. Make America again versus, hey, we need to change things up. Things have never been right, and we must promote change. And through change, there is hope. One of these, again, and obviously you guys know me and where I lean on this split, but the whole Make America Great Again, and I know Trump as the face of it makes it hard for some people to wrap their mind around it. But if you talk to the everyday people that believe in the MAGA movement, again, they long for a more biblically based world and culture. It's not saying they're perfect Christians. It's not saying that they're not filled with sin and flaws like everyone else, but they want a return to traditional values and a code of ethics and some morality to be a part of American society. And the people that are Hope and Change are far more secular. And they believe, look, no, we need to do something new, different. America's founding was corrupt. It was immoral. It had slavery. So we must redo. We must remake the Constitution. We must remake our worldviews. Those are the two competing ideas. And the NFL, the National Football League, has chosen a clear side. The NFL is pro change. The NFL does not want to look back. It wants to look forward. It wants to make America anew. And the NFL has bought into, if you've been watching games over the weekend, over this past week, we've seemingly had football games every day, including last night, the Monday Night Football game. Everybody on the sideline is wearing these inspired change hoodies, T-shirts, messaging. Inspired change is everywhere. We've had a lot of discussion over the past few years about the end zone messaging, in racism. It takes all of us. That's the big shiny thing that they put on the field that is meaningless and is really a distraction. The NFL's real agenda is the inspire change agenda. And none of this is by accident. And so in 2008, Barack Obama comes out running for president, change we can believe in, then it drifts into hope and change, and that defines the two terms of Obama: hope and change we can believe in, change. We must change things here in America. And then Trump comes in 2015, in 2016, and it's make America great again. The National Football League, anti-Trump, pro-Obama, pro-change, they incorporate a message of inspire change, and it is everywhere. It's everywhere because we've never seen a force like the National Football League as it relates to its dominance in popular culture, as it relates to its ability to dominate, drive perception, drive viewers. It's the gatherings place. It's the watering hole of all of America. The National Football League is America's religion right now. People used to gather up on Sundays in churches all across America. Now we spend a lot less time in churches, and we spend a lot more time in the church of football on Sundays, either at our homes or in stadiums. The National Football League is our national religion. And there have been two competing political forces and cultural forces fighting for control of American culture, and one side has captured the most powerful force in the history of American popular culture, and that's the National Football League. Why do I say that? Because what do you mean? The NFL, is it more powerful than Michael Jackson? Of course. Elvis Presley? Of course. Taylor Swift? Of course. Any of these pop culture figures. Well, hold on, man. MASH and these other TV shows used to be really, doesn't remotely compare to the National Football League. We've never seen one entity that is the number one product on, it ain't just the television networks now. Let me make sure I get this right and nail this. How many different entities the National Football League is the number one product on? NBC, their sister network, Peacock, CBS, ABC, Fox, ESPN, Netflix, Amazon, YouTube. The National Football League is in bed with everywhere. Everywhere you turn, the National Football League is there, and their messaging is there.